Hey, what's up, Dev Crew? Today's video is brought to you by Wrinkly T-shirts for those who are morally opposed to using irons. Okay. Okay, in today's video, we're going to go over how you can concentrate around loud coworkers while not going deaf. Let's do it. So, you're sitting there, just minding your own business, coding away, hacking that thing that your boss asked you to do. And the BA behind you starts being really loud, talking to one of your customers. So, what do you do in this situation? Well, leave your comment below. Let me know what you do. For me, I stick in some earbuds, crank up the sound as loud as possible, and put on some music. And then just start firing away at my code. But there's a problem with this. What is that problem? Well, hearing loss is that problem. So if you're concerned at all with your hearing, you might try to switch to a different tactic. So you might use those fancy noise canceling headphones. So I actually have an article here on why noise canceling headphones don't block out voices and what you can do about it. So it talks about frequencies. It says current ANC does not help above 100 hertz. And apparently a lot of voice comes over 100 hertz. And I'm not going to go into sound theory. I don't know jack about it. But he's talking about different Bose noise canceling headphones as well as these Sony headphones here. I've actually found this. I own two pairs. I don't have them with me right now. But they actually don't help super well with canceling out voice. But they do help with hum and AC hum and things like that. And they sound nicer. They're basically exactly what you want if you go on an airplane. You know, they work really well for that. So after reading this article, I picked up a pair of these Howard Light Sync headphones. I got these for about 20 bucks. I think they're used. I know it's gross, but I'm cheap like that. But you can pick up some new ones on Amazon. I'll have the link below. Now, if you're an audiophile, these aren't amazing headphones, but they are really good at keeping out noise. Now, let's go over why and how these help you out. So if we go back to a chart here, I have this dB sound chart, and you'll see there's an OSHA standard that for a sound level that's at 85 decibels for 16 hours will not cause damage, but at that time it will. So at 110 decibels, it only takes 30 minutes to cause hearing loss. So you don't want that to happen. So the way that you can prevent that is by getting what's called noise isolating headphones. And that's what these are. These are noise isolating headphones. And you can see they're super thick. They are all the rage nowadays. I mean, if you go outside with these, the teenagers will not laugh at you and point and mock. But, they'll be like, hey, what's happening, dude? You're pretty cool. But yeah, they're not very cool looking at all. But they do work. Now, these particular headphones will use a rating that's called NRR, and it has a rating of 25 decibels. All right, so as you can see right here on Amazon, these headphones are only 22 bucks on Prime. They're dirt cheap. And let's look at how this actually blocks sound. So you can see here from 1,000 hertz to 4,000 hertz, it actually blocks roughly 31 to 39 decibels, and there's some standard deviation in there, and I'm not great at math, but what I know is it's blocking roughly 30 decibels at the frequencies of voice. So you might be asking yourself, but my coworker is super loud. How am I going to know if these particular headphones are going to block enough? Well, NNR 20 can get with a pair of earmuffs that have an input jack on them. There's one more I'm going to show you that has a little bit higher, but I'm not sure if they will work. I do know that these ones work because I use them on a regular basis at work. So how are you going to know if it's going to work? Well, just go and grab a sound meter app for your phone. So this is what I did. I actually tested at work what my coworker sound output was from my desk. And I pointed the microphone towards my coworker, and it was roughly 60 or so decibels. Okay? So if we are pulling off roughly 30 decibels off of that, all we have to do is check a decibel chart to see if that's going to be quiet enough for us. So I'm going to check this other decibel chart, and we can see right here that isolated broadcast steady or bedroom at night is around 30 decibels and 20 is leaves rustling. So what we know from this chart is that if you can get to around 30 decibels to 20 decibels, you're not going to be noticing any of the sound. Now, what if it's a little bit louder? Well, there can be peaks, as this article says, of about 75. Now, this is what's interesting. All you need to do is go to the site. So go to mynoise.net, and they have a bunch of different generators that you can use on here. And go over to the white noise generator. And this one is perfect because you just go to speech blocker right over here. And when you load up that speech blocker, it's going to create a pattern that will, in coordination with your noise isolating headphones, block out the noise so that you actually can't understand your coworkers. Because if you're like me, the whole reason that you don't want to hear your coworkers is because you're going to understand their conversation and either try to fix it or be distracted by it. So you need some help so you're not distracted, so you can get some code done and get a good performance review in your next yearly review. The other reason why you want these headphones is because it limits the total volume output on the headphones to 82 decibels, which means you can't turn these up too loud. So you just crank them all the way up and you're not hurting your eardrums. So for those of you out there who are saying, hey, I need some headphones that are actually going to be audiophile quality, just check out the Sennheiser HD 280 Pro headphones, and they actually have, this is the old model, and there's a newer one, I think is the 380. I'm gonna have links to these below, and that will help you. The only problem I have with this is it doesn't have a decibel limiter, which it kind of goes against my whole point of not ruining your hearing, so you have to kind of figure out how to regulate that yourself. Also, for those of you who have been trying to find a new job because you don't like your current one, please check out my other video on how you're doing your job search all wrong. It will help you so much, save so much time during your job search. So go check that out now. Thanks. And make sure to subscribe.